Communication, good. Well, check our communication skills, yes. Fluency in English, yes. Yeah, absolutely. So first thing what they would ask you is to introduce yourself. Okay. The second thing is they would check on your fluency. Okay. This is what the common topic. They won't give you some common topic. It may be in a good group discussion. Okay. Like in group discussion, you have two types. Okay. Either they would give you an topic and on the spot topic, and you have to talk about that, or they will ask you to like you don't have to do a debate, but you have to tell the advantage or the disadvantage on the particular topic. This is what we do. Group discussion is all about. So first thing, when you are attending a group discussion, what you need to do is you don't have first. If you are going to, if you just wanted to debate with the other person, you shouldn't do that. Okay, you have to just put your point into the group discussion. Okay, you can pinpoint the other point, but you can't criticize or you can't a quarrel in the group discussion. All those things are not allowed. I hope you all know that. And then the other thing I just wanted to tell you is how do you give yourself, like how do you introduce yourself? So what are all the things to be included when you introduce yourself? That would be the first question, right? So how do you introduce yourself and what are all the points you should include in introduce yourself? I need an answer. Name, place, your hobbies. Okay. My name and my hobbies. Okay. Okay. Interest, name, where I'm from, what are my interests. Okay. Your skills. Yes, absolutely. As Smita has given the answer, your skills should be highlighted. If you are very good at the interpersonal skills, like your soft skills, or it may be your technical skill also, you must highlight that in your introduction. Let me say I'm Shruti. I'm based out of Chennai, and I have to tell what was, like, you don't have to tell your father's name and all those things is not required. Okay, you need to tell your name, your your which place you're from, and also the your skills and what you have completed. If you are going to if you have any work experience, or if you have gained any internship, then you can add that to your introduction part. No, you don't have to include your strengths. They would be asking you what is your strength and weakness. You don't have to include that in your introduction part. Am I clear, Gayatri? No, you don't see. If you're going to be in the final year, just tell that I'm at the end of my semester, um, and also the specialization, like what you are doing right now. If you are doing any kind of certification, like apart from the CA or CMA, any professional certification, you can tell that. Like apart from CA or CMA, okay. You don't have to include the CA or CMA or any kind of professional course which you are doing. Okay, you have to tell what kind of certification, like SAP or Tally. You can highlight all those things. Am I clear? Am I clear? Okay, all right, good. So what would be the next question? Once after the introduction part, what would they ask? Can you say again, ma'am? Yes, sure. The first thing what you would do is the telephonic interview will happen, or there you need to introduce yourself, and then the group discussion, like it is based on the topic and all those things. The next part is the HR, that is the HR interview. What they would do is you need to introduce yourself. The first thing they would ask is introduce yourself. Okay, why you need to tell your name, your place, where you're from, and also the skills and what you have completed, like your education qualification. If you have completed any internship, or if you have any kind of experience, you can add it to your introduction part. That's it. It should not exceed more than 1 minute. It should not exceed more than 1 minute. What is your strength and weakness? Yes, like you have two types of interviews, okay? Like the structured and unstructured. You can't expect an HR to ask the question like, so what is your strength or weakness? In to few candidates, they would ask what is your strength or weakness, or they might go directly to the situational round or the technical part. Okay. It can be in any order, so don't expect yourself to be in the same form. Okay, this is what the so I would love to discuss one thing to you girls. Like you have a round called, like if you are going to the big four or top companies, you will have a round about the company. You don't have to tell, Asmita. They would ask you only if they are going to ask you, then you have to tell. They will, what kind of questions they would ask is what is the current share rate, and all those questions will be asked. Because when I was into the HCL, this question was asked to me. So what is the current share of HCL, and who is the CEO, and what are how many branches, which is the I mean the origin place of HCL, and all those questions were asked to me. Okay, got it. So next question is, what is a situational round? So this is something which is very important. Can you include the course like CA or CMA in self-intro? No, no, Amrita, you can't include that. If you are very good at your subjects, then you can. See, one thing I would love to say here is, please make your resume to like precise. Okay, please don't add something which you have not done before. Okay, if the interviewer is very good at football or something, the question will be based on the football. Okay, there are some kind of like in the introduction part, instead of your strength and weakness, they would ask about the football and all those things. Because I have gone through this, I just wanted to share with you girls. So whatever be like, the questions would be based on your resume. Okay, so make sure that before, I mean, be precise with your content in the resume, and prepare the answers which is related to your resume. Okay, and also few people would include tally and what to say, SAP and all those things, right? So they would ask you the questions related to SAP. If you are going to be an intermediate or a professional or a beginner, please I mean, you have to put it as an intermediate or a beginner or a professional, okay, in the resume itself. Because if you are going to say that you are a professional, the question will be based on the tally or the SAP and whatever. Okay. So what is a situational round? Like why do they have to conduct a situational round? Like, can someone answer this question? Because this session is something which should be interactive. No PowerPoint presentation, all those things. I want you to girls to be interactive. I'm going to show you PowerPoint presentation. I don't think so that would work out. I just wanted you girls to be interactive, to understand the analytical. Yes, exactly. Your interpersonal skills should be tested, will be tested. They'll check your smartness. How will you deal with it? To check how we undergo the, which, yes, exactly, Rajeshri. To know how we tackle the critical. Yes. So how do you answer? How do you answer a question which, like, in the at the particular time? How do you handle the situation? Especially the critical thinking, the time management, and all those things. For an example, if the job is based on the sales, then you need to know how to handle a customers, right? So at that time, your critical situation, I mean, the critical thinking will be tested. Okay. So this is how it is based on the job description. So you have two types of I mean jobs. Okay, one is the BPO, as you all know. The other one is core. The core is something which is from your department, like from your core subjects. Okay. So if you just wanted to go into the BPO, then it's fine. If you're good at communication, that will be fine. But whereas if you just wanted to get into the core subject, I mean the core, then you have to be very good at the situational questions as well as the technical questions. So like what kind of situational questions they would ask? Any idea? I'm getting answers from only few people. What about others? Okay, no idea, Priya. Okay, let's discuss about that. So any apart from Priya? Okay, you can't give. I'll repeat the question. Yes, yes, sure. So my question is, what kind of questions do they ask in the situational? Is my voice clear right now, Soumya? What kind of questions do they ask in situational interview? Scenario in the company. Okay. Yes, exactly, Akshaya. How will you handle the customer? That is for the when you are at the BPO, then the question will be how will you handle a customer and all those questions they would ask. But when you are, I'll repeat it again. If you are going to get into the core, you will have a situational interview separately and the technical round separately. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I will show you a few situational questions. You can take a screenshot or I'll just share it to the department, to your department. I hope my screen is visible. So you have around 19 situational questions. And one thing I just wanted to tell you is if you're going to be the fresher, yeah, if you're a fresher, the questions will be like the direct questions. Okay. The if in the technical round the questions would be so direct, like what is BRS, or what is especially the questions will be based on the depreciation or BRS and amortization, all those things. Okay. And also in few, like if you're going to get into the Zoho and all those companies, for the computer science students, they would ask you to tell something which is related to coding and all those things. Especially, how do you handle big data? If you're getting into the data analytics department, then they would ask you how will the data would be sorted. And I didn't share the screen. I have stopped. Muthulakshmi, yes. So these are the questions. Let me show you the questions. Yeah. So the first question is, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? So I wanted you girls to answer. We'll discuss how to answer and all those things. I just want you to answer. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? If it is possible, you can unmute yourself or you can put it in the chat box. Let me check the answers. I just need, girls, please put your answers in the chat box. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? This is quite familiar, I suppose. Like most of the, yeah, I have got one answer. Okay, working towards my dream, improving my coding skills. See, in my job. See, the question is, please read the question again. Working in an IT company in a higher position. Yes, exactly, exactly. This is what I want. Working in an IT company in a higher position. Okay. And also, you can also add by developing your skills. Okay, that is what the HR expect from you. When what does the HR expect from the candidate is whether you are flexible and are you good at time management, and whether you are good at handling the deadlines. This is what they check upon. Well, 5 years from now, I think I would like to be in a management position. Yes, good. Good to the. Okay. I hope this is you are quite familiar. The next question is, tell me about. So tell me about the time you reached a big goal. How? You need to tell them. See, for any question it may be, you need to tell your own example. Okay. So you need to give them an example. So, and how did you attain the goal, and what were the struggles you faced, and or the what were the challenges you faced in the while attaining your goal? So, how did you face your failures? All those things should be highlighted. Okay. So, can anyone give me an answer for this? You need to give an example from your I mean, you need to give an example. Then, what were the failures or what were the challenges you faced while attaining your big goal? So, can someone answer whether the question is a situation given or they are asking us from our personal experience? It is out of our personal experience. Okay, you need to give your example from your own experience. Okay, you of course you would do an hard. I mean, you would do your. I mean, you would do some kind of work for your attaining your goals, but you should tell what kind of hard work. Like, how did you work on the particular goal? What was the goal, and how did you work on the goal, and what were the challenges you faced while attaining your goal? These are all the things you need to quote. You have to see there are some questions where you don't have an answer, but these are all these quite common question. Like, one thing you have to do is you need to recollect the your experience which you have undergone. Okay. See, you there, if you don't have any answer, you might tell them, sorry, I haven't faced that kind of situation, or I haven't faced that kind of I haven't faced that kind of experience. You might say that that won't be a problem, but this shouldn't continue throughout the interview. Am I clear, Durga? Am I clear, Durga? If you don't have any answer for your question, you can tell them directly that I haven't faced any such situation, or I haven't faced any kind of experience. Okay. The third question is, describe a situation where you saw a problem and took a step for that for it. See, it can be of any sort. Like, if you are going to travel in a bus, if you saw in any kind of problem, you can quote that. Or any while if you face any problem, conflict between two people, and you have solved that, you can also describe all those things. Okay. Here, describe a situation where you saw the problem and took a step for that is the question where you are testing your problem solving capabilities. Okay. Problem solving will be tested, and also the critical thinking, problem solving, and also these are the two common things which would be tested in the interview. Okay. So till this, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Till this, if you are going to have any doubt, you can ask me. Yeah, okay. What about others? I'm receiving only answers from few people. What about others? What if we don't face any kind of problem that need to be solved by me? What if we didn't face any kind of problem that need to be solved? See, if you haven't faced any problem, just tell them that I haven't undergone this kind of situation, or I haven't experienced such kind of situation. That is simple. But you didn't continue the same answer throughout the interview. That is what I'm saying. These questions are from a personal, or should we keep crisp and possible, and should be okay. The answer should be the answer should be like you need to give an example. Okay, what was the situation, or the what was the goal, and all those things. First thing is you have to give an example, and then if they ask for how did you overcome or how did you solve the problem, then you have to tell that. Okay, if not, you have to leave whatever the question is, you have to just answer. That's it. Not more than 30 minutes. Not more than, 30 seconds. Sorry, not more than 30 seconds. If you are going to answer it in the elaborate way, the questions will be based on the answer which you give. Okay, not more than 30 seconds. So shall we proceed? Okay. So next question is, tell me about a time when you are scheduled with an extreme work. Here they will share check on your deadlines. How would you work on your deadline? What does an HR expect us to say while asking these type of questions? They wanted you to be like, they will check your, as I told you, they will be checking your flexibility and your critical thinking capacity. Okay, see, when a company, you just think from the company's point. Okay, you are just going to go for a higher education. Let me say, if you are going to go for a higher education after 1 year or so, at that time you can't tell in an interview that I will be working for a 1 year. After 1 year I will pursue my higher education. You can't say that. That is because, I'll tell you the reason. Because you just think in the company's point of view, because they will be investing so much of money in you. Okay, especially when you will be having a training for 3 or 4 months, depending on the job you so you, what you will do is, you will be having a 3 or 6 months of time for the training. Okay, they invest in you. Okay, if you're going to sit in a company for 1 year or 2 years, then why the question is, why should they invest for the 1 year or so? Okay, so at that time you don't have to tell them that I will be pursuing my higher education. You can tell them in the future, if they are going to ask you when will you pursue and all those things. You can't say them that I will pursue after my 1 year, all those things. Okay, so please don't say that I will pursue my higher education after 1 year. Okay. And what does the HR expect us? Like, the answer should be honest. Okay, this is what they would like. You can boast up some kind of stories and certain questions. Okay, but the one thing they would expect from us is, like, you have to be like, how are you able to answer the particular kind of question, or how are you able to handle the particular situation when you are going to face. This is what is tested. Vaishnavi, am I clear? Like, can you get my point? The major thing you will be tested is flexibility, especially on the timings and all those things, and deadlines. This is what you will be tested upon. Vaishnavi, am I clear? Okay. So you have to tell me about a time when you are scheduled with the extreme work. What you need to tell them is, how did you, for an example, if I have worked in some kind of like final year projects or so, you can tell that. Okay. So how did you handle that kind of situation? How was, can you give an experience in past workspace also. Yes, you can also give that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, Kartika, you can give that. But please be precise. You don't have to be so long, too long or short. You have to be precise, not more than 30 seconds, as I told you before. So coming back to the topic, so tell me about a time where you scheduled with the extreme work. You have to tell, like, if you are a fresher, then you can tell the project, like if you are undergoing some kind of deadline while doing an assignment, you can quote all those things over here. Okay, and you should tell how did you manage how did you manage that kind of situation, especially how did you need to tell them like you have managed the time effectively and efficiently, and you have been planning all those works and prioritizing the works, and all those are the key answers. Okay. Deepika has raised her hand. Yes, actually, this question was, can you give me an example when you have asked, this question? Yes, actually, I had this kind of questions in 4 or 5 companies. Okay, this is something which is mandatory. Before starting the technical round, the situational question will be analyzed. Okay, so what they would do is these questions will be kind of so direct. Okay, in especially in HCL, the companies like HCL and EY would ask for this kind of question, and they expect us to be, as I told you before, they want us to be flexible with the timings, and how, especially while working on the deadlines, they need to know how did we work on the deadlines and all those things. Okay, this is what I was asked upon, and they was asking about my failures and how did I handle all those failures, and all those things. Can we mention about the pressure professional course that on us, and how can handle it for the fourth question? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. If you can tell them like you were doing a full-time course, like full-time course, right? Your undergrad degree. So how did you manage the time, your professional degree as well as your undergrad degree? So what were the difficulties, or how did you plan yourself, or how did you work on your exams, and all those things can be said in the fourth question. Madhumita, are you clear? Okay. So the next question is, describe a time when you had too many jobs, and as similar to the fourth one, how did you solve them? Okay, again, your problem solving thing is analyzed over here. Okay, the same question, but they have been asked in a different way. That's it. Okay, so this question now was asked to me in HCL. So describe your biggest failure. Okay, so what you need to tell here is, you need to quote the biggest failure in your life and how have you overcome your failure. Okay, how did you face that? So a few people might feel so emotional. So how did you came out of the from the emotional situation? How did you handle the failure? This is what you have to tell them. Okay, failure is something which is common, but how did you handle the failure? That is very important. Okay, if you are doing your professional degree, then if you are going to take several times, like if you have not attempt if you haven't cleared in the first attempt, then how did you handle that kind of situation? That is in failure, right? So how did you handle? You can tell that I analyzed my I mean what where I was lagging upon, and I analyzed where I was lagging upon, and how did and I was working on the weaker subjects, and all those things can be said in the biggest failure. Okay, am I clear? If any doubts, please ask me. If they are asking about our weakness, then what should I? Okay, see, if they are asking about the weakness, what you have to tell is like that something which shouldn't affect your professional career. Okay, if you are going to be emotional, you can't tell that. Okay, if you are bad at what to say, if you are a short tempered person, you can tell them that I'm a short tempered person, but right now I'm doing meditation and all those things to overcome from the short temper. You can say like that. You, if they are asking about resigning the previous job, 1 minute, girls, I'll read one by one. Okay, if they are asking about resigning the previous job, what would be the reason? You might tell that you just wanted to upgrade your skills or upgrade I just wanted a change in my job. So you can tell all those things. That won't be a matter. But if you are going to have any conflict between with the other person, please don't mention all those things. You can say that I just wanted to switch in my career path. I just wanted to experience a new stream or a new skill. And also you can tell that I just wanted to upgrade my skills. That is very important. You have to, I just wanted to experience, meet a new people and experience a new environment, and also to upgrade a new skills. So is it clear? The next question is, ma'am, what if we didn't undergo biggest failure, then what can we do? See, Madhumita, you might, failure is something which is common, right? You have to answer. See, there might be some kind of situation which cannot be answered, but failure is something which is very common. So that's what I told you. You can't tell them that I don't have any answer for the failure. Okay. Try to think for an answer. It might be something which is very small. Let me say you have expected something, but what you got was something which is very different. That is something kind of a disappointment or a failure, right? You can also tell them, see, we expect something from the other person. Okay, but that might be totally different what we got. So you can also tell that something which is related to the failure or a disappointment, Madhumita. Am I clear? So, ma'am, if we want to pursue our higher education, should we need to say in the interview during the interview? See, you don't have to tell the time span. Okay, you don't have to tell the time span. You just tell them that I just wanted to upgrade my skill. If it is necessary, I would go for my higher education. Something neutral. Okay, you shouldn't be so strong that I would pursue my higher education. Okay, wait, let me. Okay, ma'am, what we didn't for the competitive exam like banking or RRB, is there any apps for the website to prepare? Yes, you have so many government apps. You can visit all of these. Like we have a separate website for the banking and as well as RRB. Especially the state government, there are so many. For Tamil Nadu, we have so many websites. Okay. If it is possible, I'll just send you through your department secretary also. So the next question is, ma'am, we want to pursue our education answered. Next one is, any tips to do an aptitude questions? Well, ma'am. So aptitude is something which is you need to work upon. Okay. You have so many shortcuts and tips and tricks. Okay. At least if you are going to start working, what I can't, like, the tip and trick is like you have to know the shortcuts. That is the main idea. Okay. See, if they are going to ask something which is especially in logical thinking, there are so many tips, like like something which consumes time there, like in certain in like companies like Bank of America and all those companies, you will be given so many questions. but the how many questions are we answering? So based upon that only the marks will be provided. So the if the answer is going to be quite time consuming, you have to be like you need to work on the shortcuts. That is what I would say, especially for the logical reasoning. You have so many books. Please work on that. Okay, and then any other question? So shall we proceed further? Is there any questions? Okay. The next question is, okay, done. So the next question is, describe a situation. Okay, yeah, this was the other question which I have got in my interview as well. Describe a situation where you weren't satisfied with you did. What could have traded better? See, there are certain cases where you haven't given your 100%, right? You can tell all those things. See, there was a situation in where I told answer of this kind. Like I had gone through a interview which was Bank of America. I haven't given my best. Okay, so what I decided is I tried it. I started improving myself in the especially in the technical side. So you have to quote the answer of that sort. Okay, you have to tell them like where you haven't given your 100% and what did you do after that. Like you have to tell the answer should be something like you have been working on that and how did you work on that. All those things should be told. Am I clear? Is the eighth answer, is the eighth question is clear for you all? Okay, any tips for aptitude questions? Okay, let me repeat again. So for the eighth question, describe a situation where you weren't satisfied with what you did and what could have traded better. You have to tell them there might be a situation in your life where you haven't given your 100%, not only in a professional, it can be of a sports or any small work. Okay, it can be anything of that sort. Okay, what did you how did you improve yourself or how did you upgrade yourself to overcome that? This is what you have to tell. So my what did I told is there was an interview with the Bank of America where I didn't perform well in the technical round. Once after I completed, I was quite disappointed with my technical round. So what I did is I started working on the technical round. Then after on my next interview, I was pretty much satisfied with my technical interview. This is quite simple. Okay. I have so something of this kind of situation you can tell them. Priya, is it clear? Priya, is it clear? Okay. So this is something which was asked to my one of my friends. If you won 10 crores in your lottery, you will what would you still work? Okay. The answer which we all know is if I'm going to get in 10 crore, then why should I work? That is the exact answer. Okay. But you shouldn't, like I told you, right? You can also do some kind of create your own stories. But here, if they are going to ask such question, you have to tell them, I would invest in something else. I can't, the money can be invested in something else. but I always wanted to upgrade my skills. So the answer should be something of this sort. Okay, I'm just giving you an example, but the answer should be of this kind. If you won a 10 crores lottery, then why should you go for a work? Okay, that is very much simple. But the answer shouldn't be like this. Okay, you should tell them that you are willing to work if I'm going to get a 10 crores also. You have to prove them that that you are willing to work if I'm going to get a 10 crores also. That is because I just wanted to upgrade my skill. Do you want me to repeat, or is it fine? Just type it in the chat box. Clear? Is it clear for you? Clear. Okay, got it. You should tell that you want to upgrade your skill, not that it's like then you are going behind the money, not yet, not into your the professional way. Okay, professional career. The next question is, tell me about a time you had to choose something else over the studies or the committed work. Okay. So here you can tell that like you might have gone to several cultural events and all those things. You can say them that like you had a cultural events, and also I have undergone we had our monthly test also. At that time I need to manage all the, both of my work, which is kind of very important. So how did you handle that kind of situation? This is what you need to tell in the 10th question. Okay, or you can also tell why, if you just wanted. Am I clear, or you want me to repeat? Am I clear, or you want me to repeat? I want all the girls to put it in the chat box, please. Repeat again. Okay, let me repeat. So the question is, tell me about a time you had to choose something else over the studies or the committed job. Let me say that you have a monthly test. Okay, and also you have a cultural event on the next day or the day before. So how do you handle that kind of situation? Okay, that should be the answer for the 10th one. Let me say that I have been asked, so since I was very good at dance, they have given me what I did is I have the capability of managing the board. Yes, exactly. Exactly. This is what the answer should be. I have the capability to manage the work. Okay. That is, I told you, right? You will be very good at even at the working on the deadlines, or even at the pressure. Okay. This is what they are looking. See, interest. See, you can't tell the second part because I have the interest. You might tell them that I was put into that kind of situation because you are unaware or something. If you are interested, then you might have. See, that then the next question they would ask is, what will you choose, your career or the your cultural? Like, what would you choose? Like, you will go for your monthly test or your the cultural event. So next question will be of that sort. So be careful while answering this kind of questions. Clear? Or should I repeat? Clear? Okay, done. Girls, please answer in the chat box. I want each one of you to answer. Please be interactive. The next question is, tell me about the time you had to, again, this is a repeated question which we have done before. I mean, we have discussed before. Tell me about a time you had to work with an important customer or a difficult manager. Okay. See, this answer can be like you had a conflict with some other person or a friend. Okay, you can see customer. If you are a fresher, then you might have not you might have not experienced such kind of situation, right? At that time, what you can tell is, how did you manage a situation? Okay, how did you manage a situation when you had a conflict with a friend? See, if you are not going to, if you don't have an answer to the particular question, you can answer, you can answer the question which is similar of to the question. Okay. See, if you are, they have stated that an important customer or a difficult manager. Okay. When you are going to have an experience, only you will, you might have know like what kind of situation is all about and what kind of all those things. Okay. But when you can think of a situation where you had a conflict while you were in a team. Yes, exactly. Yes, by listening to their conflicts and solve the problem. Yes. See, there might be a situation you might have the group, a group work, a group teamwork, and all those things, right? Like not all the 5 people would work in a team. Only few people would work. So, how did you handle that kind of situation? How did you handle that kind of an individual? You can tell all those things over here. Clear? Clear? So you can tell the teamwork. If one person in the team is not willing to work, have a conflict with the other person, how did you handle that kind of situation? You can tell them that I spoke to the particular person separately and asked for the what was the problem, and we worked on it. So something of that kind. Am I clear? Yes or no? See, I am getting answers from only the like few people. I just wanted you to be interactive, girls, please. Yes. Tell me about a long running project you handle. How did you manage your time to meet your deadlines? Again, you can tell the all those what to say, your assignments and all those things can be quoted. Okay. The same question, but in a different way. Okay, I think we can move on to the next question. What would you do if you were asked to complete a task you have never done before? This was the question where I got like around 3 times or so. Yes. So this is quite common. So what would be the answer? I need a suggestion or I need an answer from you girls. Come on, put it in the chat box. So I'm just going to pick out few people. I just wanted to put you girls to, I just want an answer from you girls. Okay. Prenisha, what will be your answer for this question? What would you do if you were asked to complete the task you have never done before? See, obviously you will be focused to finish the task. Okay. What if you know or if you have no idea what the work is all about, you will be focused. Okay. Apart from that, any other answers? Let me check. Do a research on the particular topic and try my best. Exactly, Archana, exactly. I learned to do it and I finish it. Get a help from seniors. I will try to give my best. Okay. Will learn how to do. Okay. Talk to people and get to know about it all about. Okay. I will ask them to explain to me and the basic, and then I'll carry them forward from here. Okay. Pranisha, I didn't get an answer from you. Learn how to do it from those okay, I will learn more about and get some suggestion from the person who are experienced in it and try to complete it with the time, or also the ask for an extra time. Yeah, Kartika, I would love to answer your like you have given your answer. like I am okay with, I will learn more about and get some suggestion from the person who have experience. Just stop it there. Please don't add, try to complete it with the time, or else ask for the extra time. You don't have to put that, because the deadline, you can't, if you have a customer, or if you are going to handle some your client, you can't ask the client for an extra time. Okay, can you get my point? At that time, all your what to say, your performance would get affected. So you shouldn't say that I will ask for an extra time. You should be you should tell them I will try to work before the deadline. They tried, the try word we can use oftenly. Try word, you can, yes, you can use why you can use that kind of words, so nothing specific. See, try is something like you are giving your level best, right? Or you can say some replacement of try. So nothing wrong in quoting the word try. Everything has the first time. So I will learn to try and complete, and okay, and research about it my own. Okay, Amrita. Okay, ma'am, but still we have to give our best, right? So it will be good being straightforward, then being trial and error situation. See, you can't be an expert, right? Yeah, your answer was, um, as you told, like it's like a trial and an error situation. Like there are some kind of situation where we have to make some kind of mistake and then only learn, right? So the question, the answer can be like, what they expect you is, instead of depending on the other people, or the or senior or experienced people, or the other candidate, they the HR would want a candidate who would learn, who would have the capability to learn by himself or herself. Okay, the next question what they ask is, how do you learn by yourself? Okay, you can say that I would refer a book, and also I'll just I will watch some kind of videos and all those things, and you can say all those things. If I couldn't get the answer for the particular uh, I mean, if I'm not going to take what can I say, if I couldn't able to complete the task, or if I couldn't if I'm not aware what the task is all about, then I would go for an experienced person, or I'll ask my friends or colleagues who are in my contact. Okay, I'll repeat the answer once again. You have to tell them that you will I mean, you will start working on yourself. If you couldn't able to get the answer, or if you couldn't able to complete the task, then I will ask for the people who are experienced, or my friends, or who are in my contacts for the particular task. Okay, clear? Clear? Am I clear? Okay, thank you. Next question. What accomplishment are you most proud of of in your career? How did you achieve it? So they are asking about your success story, like anything it might be. Okay, it can be of sports, or in your studies, or even if you're going to start any kind of small business. If you have a small business in Instagram, if you have a small a website website, how did you start? That is something which is success, right? It is considered to be a success. Okay, so how did you face how did you attain the success, and how did you um, why are you so proud of it? So how are you unique? So something of that kind. Okay, clear? Or you want me to give an explanation for this? Clear? Am I clear? Yes. Okay. Give me an example of a difficult decision you had to make. What step did you take to make it? This is something which is very common again. Okay. So what the see, not all people have like most of the people would I mean start their career in like what they want. A few people have chosen the particular degree because of their parents and all those things, right? You can tell all those situations. And how did you convince the particular person to take the decision and all those things? Current job here or PG in abroad? So can you repeat the question? I couldn't get your question. Current job here or PG in abroad? Yeah, yeah, yes, exactly. Anything of that kind. So if they are going to ask me, if they are going to ask you, like, what would you choose? Like, difficult decision. So you can say if you can't able to decide, you can just straight away tell them it is hypothetical, and you can end the answer. Okay. But if you have undergone any such kind of situation, please quote that. If you haven't, please tell them that I haven't gone such kind of situation. If it is so, I will analyze the pros and cons of the particular situation, and I will decide accordingly. Am I clear? If you haven't faced such kind of situation in your life, you have to tell them that I would analyze the pros and cons of the particular decision and then decide accordingly. Clear? I just want the answer from all the girls. Like, only few people are answering. Others, okay. So the 16th question is something which is again we have discussed earlier. Say you're working on your project with a tight deadlines and you're waiting on something from the co-workers who said that, who said that they had to, okay. So you can, since you don't have any experience, you can tell them that something which you have a project which you have done in a team. Okay. We have discussed earlier, right? So the same answer can be said over here. Okay. Situation question is something which is out of your own experience. Okay. I'm not getting answers from Aarti or Pranisha. Only few students I'm getting answer. So the next question is, what would you do if you made a mistake that no one else noticed? I want an answer from you girls. Please put it in the chat box. Correct the mistake, ma'am. Okay. See, the question is, what would you do if you have made a mistake that no one else noticed? Rectify before. Okay, I'll rectify it and let them know. Yes, exactly. If it is going to be the small mistake, if it is not going to affect the other person, then it is fine. But if it is going to affect, or if it is something which is very big, then you have to rectify by yourself and you have to tell the other person that this is the mistake. Try to, I have changed this and so on, so on, all those things. Try to correct and as soon as possible, and also inform them. Yes, exactly. You have to inform them. I will apologize. Very good. Devishri. Exactly, Devishri. I will apologize to them and tell them that will not repeat it. Okay. Very good. Okay. Others? And also you need to tell them, Vaishnavi, and also you have to tell them that I have done this so and so mistake. I'll make sure that I wouldn't repeat them in the future. Okay, you have to tell all those sentences also. Pretending, if you are not also, but you try to pretend that you are so good. Any other answers? Like girls, come on, put it in the chat box. I want you to girls to be interactive. So this is the last question. Describe a time. Okay, I directly informed them immediately. Okay. Describe a time when you will give you were given a problem without a lot of information. How do you handle this situation? So most of you might have not undergone such kind of situation. You can tell them that I haven't undergone such kind of situation. If not, I will try to gather the information by myself and then try to resolve them. Yes, exactly, Nidhi. Yes, exactly. Clear? Am I clear? Yes. So this is all about the situational questions. So the technical questions, let me talk about the technical round. So I can't predict how the questions all would be. So situational question, we have some set of questions where the interviewer or the HR would ask. But for the technical question, it differs from the department to department based on your code. Okay. So try to be prepare yourself with the basic concept. I know like from in the side of BCom, I know what kind of questions they would ask. So I guess like people who are there from the computer science and all those BBA and all those things, so try to know the basic concept. Okay, for an example, let me give you an example for the BCom students, like accounting principle, depreciation, and what is capital, and how do you show is capital considered to be the asset or the liability, the balance sheet, and all those things are quite common. Okay, what is the difference between the net profit and gross profit? Okay, so why do you have to prepare a bank reconciliation statement? So what is the need? So these are all the some examples I'm giving you. Okay, and also, of course, the golden rules is quite important. So, as I told you before, there is not like few HR would have a certain structure. They will have certain questions. But BCA students, for BCA students, I'm so sorry. I have no idea about BCA. I told you, right? Like, we have a basic concept. See, they know that you don't have any work experience and all those things. They'll ask you the direct question: what is it? What do you mean? What is it? Like all those questions. Okay, the questions will be so pretty much direct. You don't have to think so much. Okay, that's what, like for computer science students, I have seen like they would ask for some like 2 to 3 lines of coding. I have seen, like for a few of my friends has told me this. They would ask for a few 2 to 3 lines of coding. Okay, especially you just wanted to get into the data analytics and all those things. They would ask you for 2 to 3 lines of codings if you just wanted to enter into the code. Will they ask the basic questions from accounts for BCom students like other subject? Yes, the question would be like, what is cost accounting? Okay, then what is financial management? Why it is necessary to necessary to maintain a ledger account? And what is difference between net profit and gross profit? What is the difference between the cash inflow and outflow? What is the difference between the what to say bank statement and cash statement in reconciliation? All those things are quite common. Yes, the questions only will be from the core subject, Priya. Priya, the questions only will be from our core subject. Nothing will be tested out of from our subject. Since we are fresher, the questions will be so pretty much direct. And what is the meaning? What do you mean? How do you, according to you, what is your opinion on this? This kind of questions will be asked. Mostly the situational questions will be the first thing, and the next comes the technical part. And sometimes it can be vice versa also. Okay, BCom students has to know about, no, it's not necessary, Vaishnavi. It's not necessary that you have to know C or C++, but it would be pretty good if you know C or C++ Java. That would be an added advantage. It won't be deep. If see, one thing I'll tell you girls is, like, if you're going to speak for such a long time, the questions will be based on your answer. Okay, be precise to the be precise. Whatever might be question, answer to the question alone. You don't have to put the extra spices into that. Okay. Any other questions? So we have done with the session. If you are going to have any questions related to the career or an interview or resume, whatever it may be, you can post it right now. You can also give me a direct message if you are not comfortable. Any questions it might be. If you are not going to have any answer, how many questions will be asked for one student on an average? It will be around 15 minutes of time. Okay, maximum it would be around 20 minutes. Okay, we have only time, like we have a time in so long, like it's not like how many questions and all those things. It depends. Like my few of my friends, like the interview will get over around 5 minutes or so. They'll only ask for the introduction part and directly go on to the technical part. Tell me the golden rules and all those things. But for few students, it would take time. Like they will ask for 15 minutes or 20 minutes. See, if I'm saying you, if it is going to be the BPO, the question will be only be, they'll check on your communication and the fluency. Okay. But if you're going to get into the technical, I mean the code, then it would go up to 15 minutes of time. Aptitude test, you have to work a Kirtana, like you have so many websites over here. I mean, in the so many websites and so many books are there for aptitude. Please go through that. Like only like aptitude is quite simple if you are very good at logical thinking. Logical thinking is the only part where they would twist yourself and where you need to think much. Apart from that, the better the verb, the English part and all those things is quite easy. If we know about C and C++, will they ask about that, or will they ask us to do a practically like basic programming? Okay, Vaishnavi, let me answer your question. See, if you have added C or C++ to your resume, or if you are just going to tell them in your introduction part, you have to tell them that you know only the basic. Or if you are going to be proficient, then you have to tell them that I am proficient in C++ or C. Okay. If you know the basic, then you can you tell them that I'm basic. I know the basics of C and C++, and then you have to stop. Then the next question, if if they are going to ask them the C or C plus questions related to the basic C or C++, if you know, just tell them yes, I know, and you can proceed forward. If you don't have the answer, you tell them that sorry, I have no idea what the answer is all about. I will try to work on that, or I'll try to find the answer. If you can, if it is possible, you can tell me the answer. That's all. Okay. If you have no idea, if the question is if you what to say, if you don't know the answer, okay, in the technical round, tell them that you have no idea. Okay. And tell them you can't tell the answer each and every time. This can only tell once in the interview. Okay. You can tell them that I have no idea what the answer is all about, but if you have given me time, I can make a research on the particular question and tell you the answer. If not, you can tell me the what the answer is all about. Here, what is highlighted is, like you have the ability, you are interested in knowing things. Okay, this is what is highlighted. Okay, the ability to acquire knowledge is quite important. Okay. So when you are going to give an answer like uh, this would be highlighted. Will they ask for percentage and ratio? No, they don't. Only in aptitude they would ask. How will be the basic questions, like what type of okay, about C or C++? See, they might ask you what would be the what would be the basic code for C++. Like you have a three lines, right? Include conio.h and all those things, right? They would ask for that, and they would give you some kind of question and ask you to type the coding for this. And what type of skills will they expect for BSc science students? So talking about the technical part, of course, you need to know the C and C++, which is quite important. If you have a wide range of knowledge in Java, that would be an added advantage. See, like a subject which you have studied in your undergrad, only they would be testing. Okay. If you're going to study C or C++ in your undergrad degree, that will so that would only they would ask for. Okay, nothing out like nothing they would ask from apart from your core. They won't ask anything else. Java, C++, C, and also the other coding languages. Power BI. If you are very good at data analytics, they would ask for Power BI. And SQL. Yes, SQL is something which is very important. I would recommend all the students, especially BCom or BSc, to learn SQL and all those things. So any questions apart from interview or resume or career, whatever it may be? Right now, SQL is quite common. Please go through the basic for BSc students. What are all the skills they expect for a BBA students, and what are all the technical questions they will ask for BBA? See, BBA and the BCom is kind of similar. Okay. Huh? So the question would be something which is related to accounts, more of accounts and finance. You need to know what is cash flow, budget, and all those things you need to know. Okay. What are the most asked questions related to account stream? As I told you before, right? You need to know the accounting principle. Who's the father of accounts? This question was asked me in HCL, and also you need to know about the BRS and outstanding prepaid expenses, balance sheet, the profit and loss. There are so many questions. Like we have around 50 questions. Okay, you need to be ready with that 50 questions. If it is possible, I'll just send it through placement now. She will give it to you. I mean, she would pass it to your representatives. Yes, they would ask for any certificates. Like when I was attending for Accenture, they asked me what kind of certificates you have pursued. If you have put it in your resume, then they will ask the questions which is related to your certificate. Ma'am, can you guess what kind of question might expect by a literature student, ma'am? I think I'm not sure actually. See, whatever might be the department, they would first of all they would look into your good. If you are good at communication skills, then you would the chances of getting into a job is comparatively higher. Okay, so communication is the basic skill for any department. Communication and the fluency. If you are going to get into the BPO, they will look for your voice and all those things. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Please do share the questions so it will be useful for us to make us learn. Yes, I will. I will send you the questions. Any other questions? See, if you aren't comfortable in asking questions, you can just text me directly, or I am. So what I'm going to do is I'll post my number. If you have any doubts, you can text me through WhatsApp. Anything related to career or interview, you can ask me. Okay, I'll be happy to answer your questions and all those things.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good day to one and all. This is Nidhi Agarwal, Replacement Secretary. On behalf of Sri Shankarlal Sundarbai Session Jain College, I would like to thank today's guest speaker, Ms. Shruti, who is a proud alumni of BCom ANF department. Thank you so much, ma'am, for addressing us and guiding us on the various topics like LinkedIn, Canva, networking, and also guiding us how to face an interview. Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a wonderful insights. I would also like to extend my gratitude to our management, principal, vice principal, ma'am, and faculties for providing us with such a wonderful session. And I would also like to thank all the participants for joining us. Hope this workshop would have been beneficial for you all. Thank you, one and all. Once again, thank you, ma'am.
So thank you, girls. All the best. You don't have to worry too much. Okay. So I hope the session was informative to you girls. All the very best. I mean best. Thank you so much. You have been a very good audience and you have been so interactive with me. Thank you. If you have any further doubts, you can text me through WhatsApp, or you can ask your department secretary for my number. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I would also like to request all the participants to fill the feedback form which has been posted in the chat. Girls, kindly fill the feedback before leaving. Thank you.